What's up, guys? Welcome to A Reseller's Life. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I want to talk about taking my sales from $1,500 a day to about $2,000 a day, and I'm going to go over how I'm going to do that. If you guys are new to my channel, the name of my eBay store is Daily Refinement. If you want to look at what I sell, click on my username, go down the feedback left for others, and you can see the 13,898 items I sold about in the last year. You get an idea of what I sell. I sell common items at volume. The reason why I do that is because common items are easy to find. So I just sell common items at scale and go over the processes online. Right now I have 11,021 items for sale. The reason why my sales are going to go from $1,500 a day all the way to over $2,000 is this month I'm on track to list 3,000 new items or more. So at the end of the month, I'm going to end with about 12,300 items if it continues on this pace. And at that size, my store will do more than $2,000 a day in sales. I already know that's going to happen because right now I'm running a Facebook group with my colleague, Tech and Sports, and he is at triple the volume of me. So he's doing more than $100,000 per month. And if I just look at what his store does, and I compare it to my store, I know that the volume will be there. All you have to do is follow the recipe and you'll be able to get the similar kind of results. If you're selling common items, you're going to have a common sell-through rate, which means I'm only selling about 15% of my items every single month. I'm not going to sell through 100% of my items. Like if I was selling discount gold, you would sell 100% of your items every single month. I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm selling regular items, and regular items don't sell that quickly. So I'm going to give you guys the tips that really helped me get to that level, and let's go over it now. Last year, I listed on average 70 items per day, okay? And my capacity, this is massive, was 180 items a day. Okay, so meaning I could list 180 items a day if my day went as planned. But guess what? I didn't have one day last year where it went as planned. I'm essentially running 3 full-time businesses, and I'm about to have a baby in 2 months with my wife, our first. So super happy. Thank you everybody for giving us advice. And a lot of people have sent hand-me-downs, which is awesome. So we don't really need to buy too much stuff for the baby, which is exciting. So we can really focus on just spending time with her. I'm excited. It's going to be a girl. So super psyched. But I had 180 item capacity in my store, and I was listing around 70. So that's like not even half of what I was capable of. And I think a lot of people beat themselves up because they can't list as many items as they want, right? They are, they have time to list 10 items, and they end up listing 2 or 3 items, and they beat themselves up. But honestly, nothing ever goes to plan, okay? Running a resale business, I assume, is like having a kid where you have no idea what's going to happen. Every single day is going to be very different. And I'll tell you right now, the reason why I can list 100 items a day on average this month is because my capacity is now 300 items a day. I can list 300 items a day now with my system. I'm going to do more videos with you guys walking through how I get that done, how I'm efficient, how I use virtual assistants, right? I've been getting some questions on, should I use a virtual assistant? Should I use services like Hammock to list for me? And I'm going to give you guys an example of what that would look like. So right now, I have 285 live drafts. All I have to do is go through and adjust these a little bit and then launch them. Depending on what services I'm using, if I'm using a service like Hammock, then they actually research the pricing for me. If I use my own virtual assistant, I will actually do the pricing myself based on my own knowledge from starting to focus on clothing. So inside here, you can see this is 285 drafts that were built today. Okay, so when I go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, I'm probably going to have 400 drafts ready to go because my process is now building up so that I have hundreds and hundreds of drafts. Now, people are saying, Chris, what if eBay loses your drafts? From my experience, I only have lost drafts that don't have photographs in them. So I feel like eBay purges that out of there. But if you have photographs in there, I haven't had any issues where I lose an item that has photos. So also, on top of that, I do reconcile my items to make sure they didn't disappear, and all of my stuff is backed up. So I have a spreadsheet with my titles, and I also have a folder with my photos. So even if they were all deleted, I could just quickly add them back on. For me to build a listing, it only takes about 1 minute. So if I were to lose 200 listings, which is unlikely, it would only take me 200 minutes to recover that time of building these listings again. So my capacity is now 300. I'm able to average 100 in my opinion. If I average 100 listings this month, next month I'll be at $2,000 a day in sales. Just mathematically, I've never seen an eBay store that consistently lists that much that doesn't have similar results. So you have to increase your capacity. I'm going to give you guys a couple of ideas on how to do that. Number one, and this is a little bit frou-frou, so you can dislike the video if you don't like this advice, or smash the like button if you agree. I think you need something to look forward to, okay? This is kind of an unusual thing, but if you don't have anything to look forward to, you don't have a sense of urgency. Like for me and my wife, we have a date night every single week, and it really fuels me because I want to get all my stuff done so I can spend time with her without my phone. The opposite of that would be me on my phone all night with her, not really with her. And I can imagine that's going to get even worse. Imagine you're on your phone and you're with your spouse and your kid. You're not paying attention to your kid, you're not paying attention to your spouse, and you're not really paying attention to your business because you're just sort of commingling everything. I want the opposite of that. I look forward to time with her without my cell phone. I really look forward to that because that's huge. I also look forward to buying things. Okay, some people don't get any joy from that, but I do. Right now, for my 2021 budget for discretionary spending is $1,000. I just spent $1,000 this year on stuff that I want for myself, and I look forward to that. And that allows me to say no to 99% of things that don't really suit my fancy. I'll tell you essentially the two things that I want to spend money on this year, and please let me know in the comment section below. What would you spend $1,000 on that's not related to your business? I'm going to spend 99% of my income back into my business and investments. And I'm going to spend 1% on myself. And I'm going to spend it on cornbread and sneakers. I know that sounds a little bit crazy. $1,000 is not a big budget for sneakers, so I'm gonna probably be able to get myself 1 or 2 pairs this year, and the rest of it I'm gonna spend on baked goods. Because like I tell you guys in all my videos, there is no life worth living that doesn't include baked goods. You gotta take care of your psyche. And you know, one other thing that I have with my wife is I have breakfast with her every day. Dude, it's amazing how recharging that is to be able to sit, have a cup of coffee and a pastry, no cell phone, no notifications, just peace, share what's going on, what you're working on, any challenges, what we need to get done for the day. That is the most peaceful part of my day. I do it every single day, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. It's amazing. I'm emotionally full, and I have something to look forward to. That's why I can work so hard on my business and feel nothing. Next is, you really have to treat, this is so interesting. With social media, I feel like this is important. Right now, you need a community. Okay, you need accountability. I've been running this Facebook group with Tech and Sports where, you know, between the two of us, we should do $2 million a year in sales or more this year. Obviously, he's doing the heavy lifting. I'm going to do like maybe 700 and he's going to do almost 2. So let's just say he's going to do $2 million a year this year. So all I have to do is just be accountable, come into this group, post what I'm working on. And here's the secret, okay? The secret to social media. I'm going to call it post and ghost, okay? Come in here, post something that you're working on, then ghost social media for the rest of the day. Go work on a bunch of stuff. Come back the next day. Look at how people responded to what you did, what you're improving. Post again, then ghost it again. Don't stay on social media all day. Make social media. Don't consume social media. Post something that actually helps somebody else. Post your process. I'm going over my photo process inside of the Facebook group. If you guys want to join, it's at patreon.com/theresellerspodcast. And it's been epic. There's like 600 people in the Patreon right now, more than 200 people in the Facebook group. We're doing coaching calls inside. I love it so much. But follow my social media strategy, whether or not you're in my group. Post and ghost. Post something that's actually useful for people, then GTFO. Get out of there, work on your own life, really, really improve it. But this is what social media is meant for, in my opinion, to share amazing ideas. It's not to consume. Okay, don't mindlessly scroll. That is the worst possible thing you could do for your business. Okay, get in there, work on your business, figure out what's going on, get on it, make sure that you're staying ahead of all the metrics that you need to. And the main metric you should listen to is, what is your average listings per day? Well, how many listings could you do in a day? And how many listings do you actually do in a day? For me, it's always around like a third. If I can do 300 in a day like I can right now, I'm probably only going to get up about 100. And I think that it's important to learn how to leverage different services. The main thing that I need a virtual assistant for, I'll be very frank with you guys, is connecting the photographs with the listing. That's what I need the most help with. You can see right now, even during right now, I have a virtual assistant working on my listings. They're connecting my spreadsheet with my photographs. That's the main thing that takes the most time. You can go in here and adjust it. If you're going to use a service like Hammock, I recommend them, but I recommend you put it in the drafts. Okay, you need to know how to list. If you're having somebody help you connect photographs with your title, or you're just sending them photographs and they're building a title for you, in the morning you can wake up and adjust the drafts and then launch them. That's how I recommend using a virtual assistant service. You can either hire your own, that's what I do, or you could use Hammock, or you could use both. I actually have both. I have people who work for me that just list directly in the Hammock because it's easy, and I have people who just list directly for me that work for me on an hourly or per piece basis. So definitely think about your capacity. If you want to grow, you've got to grow your capacity. And I just feel like if you already know how to make $1 million a year, making $100,000 a year is easy. If you have no idea how to make $50,000 a year, you're probably not even going to make $5,000 a year. You got to expand your thinking, level yourself up. Last thought, you want to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. I'm like the dumbest person of the people that I hang out with, and I'm totally okay with that. You know, it's like having the smallest house in a nice neighborhood. Okay, my old boss had a $3 million house, and I was like, how does it feel to have a $3 million house? He's like, you should try it someday when every house in your neighborhood is worth 20 million or more. It's weird, right? You could be a person that's like at the pinnacle of their career and be the smallest person in the room. I played golf with him at Woodside Country Club. We went to a charity event. My boss gave $50,000 to that charity that evening, right? And at our table was one of the co-founders of Oracle. And my boss gave $50,000. The person sitting to the left of him gave $5 million, okay, to the same charity. And my boss was like, why you got to show me up like that? And the guy was like, hey, if you had money like me, you would give it too. So it just puts into perspective, okay, no matter what level you are at, there are people who list insane amounts of things. There's no point in comparing yourself to them, but there is a point to putting yourself in the same room as them. Okay, so follow titans, follow people who are crushing it, follow people who have more than they need so they have room to give. Okay, I can tell you that I'd say about more than half of the people that I meet just walk into the room with their hands out. Can you tell me something? Show me something. Give me something. And I think that's not the way to do it. You share, you put what you have out there, you give first, and the world gives you back. Okay, at this point, I'm giving out information. I have 75,000 subscribers who hopefully find value in my content. If you guys think this is useful, please subscribe, please like so other people can find me in the YouTube algorithm. If you put a lot out there, there will be more opportunities to come to you. I have found that to be true. I don't find people who are like Scroogey and hold everything close to the breast and never share anything. Those people sound super miserable to me. Okay, get out there, share your best information with people for free. I have paid content. Somebody just asked me today, if you're making so much money, why do you have a group? Here's the thing. The people who run groups usually make all the money. The people who run the best groups are the best at their trade. Okay, in all of my experiences in all of my jobs, the people who run the best groups are the people who are the best at it. There's this saying that goes, hey, those that can't do, teach. That is the dumbest thing ever. Maybe if you're like Michael Jordan, maybe he's not good at coaching, but he probably could still teach you a thing or two, right? I find it difficult to believe you could hang out with Michael Phelps or Michael Jordan or Jeff Bezos and you wouldn't absorb something amazing. They should be running schools. They should be running education. They should be speaking more. The largest Amazon FBA third-party seller is named PharmaPacks. They do multiple $1 million a day in sales. Those who can't teach, you don't think he would be a good teacher? That's garbage. Okay, you could look him up right now. Look up PharmaPacks. And if you can't learn something from the biggest third-party seller on the internet, then I don't know what you're looking at, because the people who are great at things are awesome teachers, even if you just look at what they're doing. Okay, so I'm going to get off my soapbox now. It's late. Please smash the like button. Consider subscribing. Please join our Facebook group, patreon.com/resellers podcast. And I'm looking forward to you guys in this journey, because by the end of the year, at this pace, I would be surprised if I'm not doing $100,000 a month. Right now, we're at $40,000 a month, but easily I could triple that up this year, easily. So I'm excited to get there with you guys. Patience, patience, patience. Remember, every time you make a little bit of a jump, the wheels might fall off for a moment. That's okay. You're going to crash into a bush. It's all right. Reach out to someone who's doing the same thing as you. They'll pull your wagon out of the brush, put the wheels back on, and you'll live another day. Okay, that's all you can do. The wheels are going to fall off when you try to make a change, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, I can't wait to have a pastry with you and talk about our different times when the wheels fell off. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. See you next time. Make progress daily.